Hey everybody, this is Cody.
And Sean?
This is the place to hear about the paranormal, the supernatural,
And everything in between.
What is up, paranormal fans? It is a wonderful Monday evening. What's going down?
Why are we doing this on a Monday evening, Mr. Cody?
You know, I
Why
really
the
don't
hell?
know. We're pretty retarded for that.
Yeah, I think it's because you helped me cut a tree down.
That's true. And that was pretty easy, actually.
Yeah, you know what's funny is my mind gets in the way all the time where I think that things are much harder than they really are.
Do I dare say we are our own worst enemy?
We are.
That's
What
like
the
a life
hell is-
lesson.
Oh,
you
like
know?
I kick myself several times when I'm going, this is
Now,
friggin'
how does
easy."
one actually kick themselves?
It's from the front to the back.
Oh,
It's like,
okay,
Can
got
you
you.
see that? You
Can
see
you
me
do it
kicking
again
my
one more
ass?
time?
Yeah, yeah.
I wish
yeah.
everybody else can see because I'm looking at it. I don't know what the hell you're
I
doing.
think I hurt myself doing it, but that's okay.
What is up, everybody? Hey, you know what I'm going to say? Go to our fucking website, thenewreality11.com. Check us out. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of that. Awesome,
Hello.
amazing stuff.
And I know you guys are already there. I get it. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your dog, tell your cat, tell your squirrel.
Wow. Squirrel. That was not planned at all. That was perfect.
Awesome.
Anyways, but yeah, check us out. Tell, like Sean's saying, tell everybody. We really just want to get our name out there. Obviously, or else we wouldn't be doing this.
We
right?
have done some amazing things in the last year.
Man, and that's
Like
why
since
we're
May,
that's
right?
why we're doing this podcast right now. I mean, so this is going to be our last podcast of the season.
Of the season. Do you guys hear that?
Of the season.
That is season 1.
So no, we kind of want to recap everything since Sean and I started this little escapade. Man, you like that word?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm liking that. I'm liking that.
Don't ask me how to spell it. 'Cause
yeah,
I
yeah.
have not a clue.
Yeah, me neither. So
No, but so I'm gonna bring it back all the way to May.
Yeah.
I mean, that's when we decided to take our road trip. It's funny. It was kind of like a 2-week in advance thing. We're like, hey, we just need to fucking do this already.
let's do it. I mean, we were kind of doing stuff, but do I dare say it? It's all in the
Divine
timing.
timing?
Divine timing. I was
Oh,
going to say
man.
that. Like, as soon as we decided we were going to do it, all of a sudden, boom. We had a lot of activity, right?
And you know what I liked about it, though, when we decided to go on that trip is we didn't plan a fucking thing.
Not a thing.
We just decided to go.
And one of our topics is about Portland, and that was just like, it's amazing. Like, the stuff falls in your lap, right? It's just
and
crazy.
absolutely. So, Sean and I are deciding, we're like, man, where do we go? So we actually went further inland, if you remember. We went further inland to go up, up to Oregon.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we completely went the other way and went all the way to San Francisco to go to the Queen Anne Hotel.
Right. And that was just a weird thing, right? We ended up getting the most haunted hotel or room. Sorry,
Of course we did.
Of that place, and we got caught.
It's okay. Words are hard.
We've caught a lot of things at that location.
The woman humming was fucking chilling.
That I looked at that. I heard that. I was going over the evidence, and there was a lot going on in that room while that humming went on.
Like you just said too, even it's like when she started humming is when those orbs started to appear or flying
Right.
past the camera, and there's all kinds of shit.
Well, I guess there's a lot of people that want to question that, but the crazy thing was that it would slow down, it would pick up speed, it would go up, it would go down. It had a mind of its own.
And not to mention the TV turning on. I mean,
Yeah, what was it, like 30 seconds
30
after we
seconds
stepped out
after,
of the
yeah.
out of the room, and then it shut off by itself.
right?
So that again, but the part that what happened to that recording we got when the
Bro.
orb came out of the back of you, moved up. What did it do?
So
it
so
did
we
all
were
kinds of weird
well,
shit.
we were doing an EVP session. Ooh, scary music. We were doing an EVP session, and I don't even remember what the hell we were talking about, but we see in the camera a orb come out of my back physically, little tiny bright ass orb out
Yeah.
of my back, go all the way to the dresser, flip around, and then go back in me.
Right.
What the fuck was? And for the life of us, we can't find the damn film.
Yeah, that was strange because I went over all of our evidence and all of the chips and did not find it, which I thought was really strange because that was a clear proof that was an energy. That wasn't dust. Pledge would not have wiped that out. It was definitely something that
was
happened.
intense, bro.
No, that place was amazing. I can't. You know, I was more surprised of when we went over the evidence.
Oh yeah, because we didn't have time when we were doing the actual investigation.
Right. What's funny is that was our first location, but what was funny is I didn't feel like anything happened.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like I don't feel anything. Like I felt like we wasted our time, maybe not, but like when we went over the evidence and saw everything we
that's
saw.
where we caught a lot of crap.
Yeah,
you know? and that leads us into our next kind of little synchronicity. But remember when we were driving in Portland and got pulled over?
Oh my God! Right?
That was nuts.
I wasn't speading.
You
Maybe
were definitely speeding. At least 85 and 90.
85, and that's slow for me. But anyway, I said I've got my insurance policy right next to me. Anyway,
wow,
wow,
cop joke.
Yeah, not really, but well, he didn't care that
it's
Cody
true
was
though.
Well, yeah, it probably was, but. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say it was because I told him I was a medium and his wife is as well. But that was strange as well. Like, right? Like he's like, my wife would kick my butt if I gave you a ticket. I'm like, thank you, wife.
Yeah, exactly, right. But no, that led us to our next investigation.
Yeah, like Portland, right? The what was it? The optometrist.
The optometrist. No, I got you. It's okay.
Yeah. So. Yeah, the homeowner had passed away from breast cancer.
Yeah.
And she was very prominent in the location. Like we got total like answers
Possessive.
Yeah, like
Obsessive.
This is my place. If I don't like who they're hiring, they're going to have some issues. And that's what the owners were, the present owners, which knew the previous owner was witnessing. They were getting employees getting sick, which was bad. And we tried to compromise with this woman, and she seemed like, I don't know, we haven't heard anything.
She was not having it at first, though. Remember that?
MySpace. This is how it needs to be. Very possessive.
And
right?
we were able to establish communication with the K2, which I thought is awesome. That's like our favorite fucking tool. But she was definitely adamant. Like, no, this is my space. Get the fuck out.
Do you remember the one video, like the one we were in her office, her normal office, and that light came up out of the ceiling?
Yes, I do.
Dropped down real slow. It's hard. You have to look at that video several times. It's on our Instagram.
And goes through your phone.
Yeah, it goes. It was actually a charger. So my guess is it was trying to gather energy.
But it was transparent. Like it went through your fucking.
Through the fucking phone. It was through the fucking phone.
Almost like intangible, right? Like it was
trying to. Well, the thing was, there was so much communication that I'm sure she was trying to draw from the battery to get more energy.
And that's when I was listening to the Ghost Box and got that creepy voice. For the life of me, I can't even remember what it says, but it made me take the headphones off because I was a scared little girl.
Like right after that, I think he even like whimpered.
I did. No, but I took them off real quick, and I'm like, something does not want the male figure here.
Yeah, and we got that right away. Like as soon as we sat down to do the interview with the owners, male.
I think it was Jim.
Yeah, Jim. I mean, Jim is a skeptic, which is great because I mean that's really what you want. You want someone that doesn't. We go in and we have that type of state of mind, right? Yeah, they're saying they're getting hauntings. They didn't really have anything solid. People are getting sick, new hires, and once in a while we get the feeling that somebody's around you. We're like, okay, well that doesn't really feel like, that's not enough to really say a place is haunted. So we're like, it's probably not. But as soon as we established, like, okay, why are we getting K2 hits in this area? There's no power. We knew that something was it was checking us out because like, who are these two guys? And we got this weird equipment and
who are these two good-looking motherfuckers?
Look at that with all this cool equipment. Did you say good-looking? Yeah,
I did. No, and then what was cool about that was the clearing, the actual clearing that we did because we haven't heard anything back. Like it was.
I don't even think it was a clearing. It was more of a negotiation with the owner, present owner, and the passed away owner. Like we really put it on the line. Like, listen, you've passed away. You can't physically run this business, so you need to coexist with the present owners. And it took us, it must have been what, 20 minutes, 30 minutes?
Oh, I'd say a little long. Maybe even up to an hour.
You gonna throw up right now?
I almost threw up.
It took a long time to get her to just listen because it was always about like This is my business.
This is mine.
Yeah,
It's
and
like a fucking 2-year-old.
It was. It was small. Well, I understood because she built it like it was her home.
Blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah, and it was a beautiful. Like we pulled up and we're like, what? This is. People make glasses here. It's like, but
what is this?
It was very high end, very classy, and apparently
Definitely
this woman,
couldn't afford it.
Yeah, and she definitely wore like really lengthy dresses and was, you know, she played like the Cinderella part, right?
Right.
So she was very connected with the location. So it was really strange. Well, you know, we do get connected to things, and listeners out there, do you have a strong connection to something? Because you may stick around and haunt it. Like, do you really want to do that?
or you know, even listeners who are listening, you like that?
I like that. I like
Yeah,
that.
listeners who are listening.
I'm listening.
Anyway, when they go into a new house, so they find something that they're just infatuated with, right?
Yeah,
That
right.
could be left from previous owners for a reason.
Right.
It could be an attachment. It could be a possession or something like
Right.
that. More times than not, it is.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's definitely people that collect articles that have haunting connections, right? Which we've seen. Well, we can talk about our buddies. And,
We'll get into that. That's
yeah, attachments to stuff, but
no,
you know,
but I mean, and possession, right?
Possession.
Possessions and possessiveness and obsessions, all of that crap, and that kind of leads us to our next investigation, which was the Lafayette Cemetery,
wow,
which is just
right.
outside Portland. So the story on that goes is there's a fucking witch who was hung because of all of her abilities. Sean and I know it now as to be, she was gifted.
Mediumship, yeah.
Yeah. But obviously nobody understood that back in the day, so she was hung and thought she was a witch and all of this crap. Well, the story goes is a fucking witch chases you out of the cemetery at night. Yeah, that didn't happen.
Yeah, we don't run very easily. It's probably like she's going, these guys aren't going to
But
be scared. They're going to talk to us.
What's fucking crazy was the place was super creepy at night, and there was a goddamn rope hanging from the tree. Do you remember that? We didn't even see it at first.
That's not scary at all, boys and girls. Not at all.
Oh, we stood right underneath it, and we had no fucking clue until I took the picture of them all.
Wait a minute.
Is that a rope?
It's probably about as scary as this music.
It's definitely not. It's definitely not.
That's
No, that
scary.
place was cool. No witch, so I was a little bummed on that. But remember that coldness that you felt?
Yeah, and we were getting at the same time the K2 hits, right?
And-
like I felt it come up behind me, and it was deep cold. Like
And this was in summertime.
right. I'm like going, okay, bro, this is like 62 degrees, and something's chilling. Where it was cold enough, I could see my breath.
Right?
And I commented that again. That's not on Instagram, but
Of course it is.
and then it came over to you, and you felt it because
Yep.
like I could feel it was deep. And as soon as you finally got the touch of it, you were like, oh, that feels like up in the mountains during the winter.
Kind of like right now.
Right now.
And then no, and we also caught during that same instance or that same experience, we caught the ghost box saying my name.
Right, very clear.
Very clear.
It said, hi, Cody.
Yep.
Yep.
Can you do it again? Can you do it
Hi,
again?
Cody.
It was almost like it was you. Was it?
It was
You
me.
know? No, that place was cool. I definitely would like to go back, especially with more equipment and more time, really. And-
More equipment. Do we need to buy more equipment?
think
oh,
we
I
do.
think we are buying more equipment, and we're waiting.
and maybe have a fucking witch chase us. Why not?
Dude, why not? Like I can't wait to get our thermal camera, man. I'm so excited.
Oh,
about
I
that.
can't wait either. I can't remember. Was there a negative presence there?
No, we felt like I picked up on it was a female that was being treated as a witch, but she understood things like me, right?
You're a witch.
Yeah, definitely. I got my little hat and my broom, but I think that because they didn't understand, the fear comes in, right? And the next thing you know, she's being burned to stake. I don't know if that's what happened, but I didn't get that she was evil. I got that she was aware. She understood things.
Makes sense. Well, good for her for standing her ground, right?
Yeah, right. That's why I didn't feel like there was anything malicious there. We were communicating. It communicated with us, which was kind of cool.
Right.
We got a really good amount of evidence. So, yeah, again, Instagram. A lot of cool shit on there, right?
Absolutely, man. Portland's all kinds of crazy energy.
Right. So
And-
we have to do that again, but we need to go more East Coast.
Definitely need to go to East Coast, Ohio State Penitentiary.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
There's some cool places in Pennsylvania.
Oh, Pennsylvania'd be awesome too.
Yeah.
Florida, Ohio, New York. Yeah, can we just go everywhere?
Road trip.
But the whole reason we actually took the trip, Sean, was to go to East Eddy Ranch.
East Eddy Ranch. Oh, are we going there?
Oh, we're going there.
We're freaking going there, aren't we?
going there.
Holy cow! So Yosemite Ranch. So
Aliens.
Aliens. Yeah.
Did I ruin it?
Yeah.
That's it. I ruined it.
Aliens, UFOs, and a lot of craziness on ground where UFOs and aliens fly across. We went because I had a cool experience. I'll go through it really quick. I went there. I realized that I got a picture of a fairy, which it could have been a UFO. I don't know, alien, whatever it was. I got a picture of it, and that chip disappeared.
Of course it did.
So many things happened in that location. Like I was playing a flute, and the bird started, twerping along with me. We saw a lot of UFOs up in the sky at night. You could see them flying around like it was nothing.
They're nuts.
Yeah,
it
was crazy.
It would get super, super fucking bright, and then just disappear.
Yeah,
and then
it
it get bright again, and
it would
disappear.
power up, and boom. I remember during the day, that first time, I was meditating next to your uncle,
Right.
Tim, and something told me to look up at the mountain, and there it was. It was a silver craft. And that happened 2 or 3, 4 times, and your uncle saw it as well. So
That's it. I don't believe you.
Yeah, they didn't beam me up, Scotty, but I was
They might have.
But they may have. I don't know. Yeah, you never know. So when we went, totally different experience, but holy cow, very relevant in both our lives, right?
And just because I want to get to the good stuff.
Let's get to it.
I was there, and I was completely blown away with all the fucking craziness. Like, there was all kinds of weird shit in the sky. Well, Sean and I decided to go walk on our own because we're weird.
We love walking on our own.
We go towards the base of the mountain, and we see that orange ball-looking thing. Remember that?
Yes.
Like maybe 500 yards in front of us.
Very clear, like eye level, right?
Yeah, start coming down to us, and I'm like, bro. And you're all, yeah, I see.
What is that?
And then, boom, it's gone.
Disappeared. Well, it shot up, right?
Did it shoot up?
I think it shot up, and then it dissipated as it shot up.
Correct.
It was like quick. Is
But
that
for,
dimensional?
But
Is
for
that
something
dimensional?
to come down at you like that, right? And it's just a ball, like
Yeah.
an orange ball, and then stop, go up, and then
then
disappear.
disappear.
It's a shooting star. I don't care. What you
Yeah.
say.
It sounds just like it probably comes from the ground up.
Absolutely.
Oh, wait. No, I'm thinking
Nope,
it's from the
that's
sky
a good
down.
song though. Nope, not gonna do it. Anyway,
We're not gonna make this podcast about singing.
one of these days we're just gonna do a freaking singing podcast. What do you
Dude,
think?
we'll start doing the wailing. Oh no! Don't do it.
Anyways, no, East City Ranch is definitely a cool place. It's ran by a gentleman named James Gilligan.
Mhm.
Right? Did I say the name right?
I think you said it right.
What,
It's a little
Gilligan's
bit different.
Island or James Gilligan?
Gilligan. What's funny is he also came from the aerospace industry and was in the same lines of work that I was.
That is phenomenal.
Isn't that weird? And
Not really.
guess where he's from?
Michigan?
Apple Valley.
Really?
Yeah, and you didn't know that.
Apple? I did not know
he
that.
lived in Apple Valley and was in when the Georgia's Air Force Base was really.
You see, I know it's all a conspiracy.
I
Really.
know, and that's the place where we got our most evident, our most clearest video, and that was during the day the white mass that came out of the wall on the upper. Remember the
Holy
upper story?
crap!
Remember that?
That
And,
was
like,
insane.
We don't even have that on our notes. Like that place. Let's talk about that because a lot happened, right? It wasn't that we just captured a full body.
Well, what's funny is we put that on our Instagram before we went on this trip. You remember that?
Yes.
And it didn't really take off.
No.
We went on this trip and fuck, it blew up.
Boom. What do we got? I think it's 8,000
No,
views.
it's almost 10,000 views.
Wow. So
Yeah.
what happened there also, which I think we connected earlier in our when we were doing this, is when we were downstairs, doors were being slammed.
Loud as
Multiple doors, like bang, bang, bang. And so we come running up to see if it's somebody in the building. There was nothing there. And you're going to hear people because there's broken glass and there's broken everything.
There wasn't anything.
Nobody was in the building. And so we knew, we captured it.
Well, that
right?
place is creepy anyway at night. It's just an abandoned, creepy place. And the music got creepy. Did you like that?
Ooh, we could talk about the EVPs we got from that location.
We got that location. No, we got a girl saying, I hate this place.
I hate this place.
Remember that?
Yeah.
And then shortly after, we got smart with one of the spirits, and we hear a, yeah.
Yeah. You could hear it sounded like it was down the hallway, right?
Right.
And that same video, if you
I missed
see
that place. Let's go.
Oh, that place.
Let's go
We
right
gotta go
now.
back because
Right
that place. Let's do it. Let's. We're gonna have to go ahead and cancel this podcast. Just kidding. No, that was crazy because that place just has so much going on, man.
Well, it's huge for one, and it's a fucking hospital for the other. And it's a children's hospital. or a certain wing of it is a children's hospital.
So I know somebody that when that place was open, said the upper floors was where they took care of animals.
Really?
And so let's
That
talk
makes
about
sense.
the white mass that went out of the wall,
Right.
which was low and small. They said that's where they took care of animals.
That's crazy.
Right? I saw that and went, wait a minute, that looked like an animal. Well, people thought it was a plastic bag.
It's a cat.
Bird.
It's a cat. You like
It's a fucking cot. It's a fucking cot.
No, but yeah, that's crazy. So that makes sense.
Yeah. That's when he said that, I was like, oh. And again, that was one of our fans. And again, we like to thank our fans any chance we get. And again, if it wasn't for our fans, we wouldn't be here doing
Who?
Fans. I'm not talking the ones that keep you cool. Well, our fans keep us
Dyson
cool.
fans. I like them.
So
So
our fans
Sean,
keep us cool.
let me ask you something, bro.
What's going down?
What's
going now?
What is up with voodoo dolls?
Oh my God! Like
You
voodoo
remember
dolls.
that?
Oh, what was going on there? Like your bro, right? And I met him after too. He's a cool guy.
Oh, definitely.
Definitely a good
One of
hearted
my best
guy.
friends.
Yeah, and he's a hobby guy. His hobby is
Horror.
scary things.
Horror.
We're not into scary things, are
No,
we?
not at all.
Maybe.
No.
No, that was very interesting, right? Like, it didn't take anything but us to walk in his room and go, wait a minute, something's not right here. What's going on in your room here? And he talks about the voodoo doll in his closet, right?
Oh, well, you're all, what's in the closet? And
Yeah.
you're all, well, he's all nothing. Well, I have a voodoo doll in there. And we both look at each other like, great.
You just have a voodoo doll in there, right? So yeah, you remember me just because he hadn't even said anything about it. I kept looking at you and
I
looking
do
at the
remember
closet,
that.
and I'm going, looking at it like I felt an energy watching us through the closet.
And it was very negative.
Very, very negative, right? And so as soon as he pulled it out, we're like, I'm not intimidated by anything, right? So when he pulled that out, it was very like uncomfortable.
Absolutely. I didn't even want to touch it.
Yeah, I didn't either. I was like, this is not good. And I know we're divinely guided, and there's definitely we have to really pull that in.
Well,
right?
that was a first for us, a voodoo doll. Like, I know there's ways to deactivate voodoo dolls and whatnot. We can get into fucking real deep shit.
Yeah.
However, that's where our intent comes in.
Right.
You know, it's all about intent, folks. You have to have intent. That's
It's good. This intention is
holy shit, dude. We're going fucking astral right now. Anyway, no, it's all about intent. Everything you do in life, even, is about intent. And have that faith.
That's where your strength is. That's where your strength
Absolutely.
is.
So Sean and I, we did what we thought was best, and there hasn't been any problem since. But we got rid of the voodoo doll. We took it with us. We did a proper burial of it. Buried it pretty deep in the desert and covered it with some rocks and did a blessing before and after, and brought in all the archangels.
Right. There was a lot of definitely divine intervention.
We
there.
even sealed that with Metatron.
Right.
Remember that?
Yeah, Metatron, and people are going, well, who the fuck is Metatron?
What is that,
Yeah,
man?
well, I'm telling you.
Fucking far out.
He
No or yeah?
yeah, I don't even know what to say about that. Far out, man. Far out. No, he's definitely one of our guardian angels. He's definitely a archangel.
We should work with him more.
Yeah, because it's all about, because it's all dimensional, right? There's definitely patterns in our world. If you look at our plants and all these different things,
Geometric shapes.
geometric, all of those things. Numerology, he's involved with all that. Kind
Ooh,
of stuff.
numerology.
Yeah,
That's
I went
funny
there.
you bring that up.
I went there.
Oh, man.
Let's talk
Anyway.
about it. Let's talk about numerology.
No,
like,
numerology's great.
Synchronicities is
I have
numerology.
been very drawn to numerology. I just need to go ahead and pull the fucking trigger and do the course.
Are you scared?
I'm scared.
Why are you scared?
I'm scared. Probably because it costs fucking money.
It costs a lot of money.
So,
right? Well,
anyway.
yeah, we could talk about the synchronicities and how we see 21 and 1 and 11 and 111.
And numerology goes way deep. I mean, even to your name, your date of birth, the time you were born, it goes all deep.
I think I've had like a reading from a person that did numerology, and it was like spot on. Like
That's
it
gonna be
nailed
me
it.
soon. I'm you know what? I'm
You
putting it
know-
out there. It's gonna happen.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about like since we started doing this and how much we've developed.
Oh my
I mean, we
God,
can go
right?
to this list that we have, but really, all of these experiences
Hold on, I'm
has.
scared.
I know it's this fucking music, dude. We really need to stop
I
because
feel like I'm
lose my
in.
track.
I feel like I'm in a freaking Insidious movie right now. Oh my god.
Don't look at the screen; it's watching us.
Anyway, no development for sure. I
Right.
mean, I can't tell
Growth.
you how many hurdles or how much growth that I have gone just from starting in May to now. And I think a lot of it has to do, Sean, with October and November.
Wow, because think about like what happened with you as far as awareness in your job and the orbs that came when you were in a most difficult situation and all these crazy things that you knew your protection was with you.
And that's the thing too, is the shit that I just know. It's a knowing,
Right.
And it's a state of awareness and a state of being aware,
Right.
That you're protected.
Yeah, and you know what? It took, yeah, we do the paranormal, and that's what we talk about, but it takes what we do in our life. Like, there's a lot to what we do. Cody, again, he's done a lot of different things to help at service. Of course, obviously, he's a police officer, but he's done service in his true passion, which
Correct.
is working with energy. May that be paranormal, may that be Reiki and healing.
Reiki.
Like, this guy's a Reiki master. He knows how to work energy. We've actually talked about doing a meditation soon where we're going to gather up a lot of our old peeps, and there's a lot of healing involved in that.
And I am actually very stoked to do that because where I'm at in my development, I feel, do I dare say, most stronger than I was.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, it's a pleasure to watch the development, right?
Right.
So you're watching you and watching the awareness and being able to get people readings and telling them what their life's about. And
fucking nuts.
Like, he's looking at me, years ago, you're like, I'm not like that. I'm going, well, just give yourself some shine because it's there. It's there.
And man, it's like a snowball effect.
Right. As soon as you get the ball rolling, is it you? Yeah. But there's also a change in our existence.
And the
right?
timing.
Yeah.
All about
timing. And I think our world's changing and it's time to be a light. So let's be it. You know what I'm saying? You know
a light.
And maybe that's why.
Well,
we
what
got the
about
little
you
children's
though?
Music.
What about you though?
Oh,
Little Mr.
dude,
Psychic Medium who's going to be giving readings at a fucking shop here.
Well, I wasn't going to tell anybody.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm just kidding. Yeah, but it's the new reality. It's working with the new reality, and I with the abilities. A lot of times I don't want to be around people, but I
can't imagine why.
Yeah, it's like because you pick up on everything, and I've learned a lot just in the paranormal field with my partner in crime, Cody, on when it's time to open and when it's time to close.
So let me ask you, Sean, within the last 6 months, because that's pretty much where everything has been happening.
For both of us, right?
For both of us. What does the new reality mean to you? And what do you hope to get out of it?
The new reality, what I get out of the new reality is it's time for us to help people understand a higher being, a higher reason of our existence. I think a lot of us are just walking around aimlessly and just going to our jobs one day at a time. And that's not our life. Our life is to live. And I think you and I are a perfect example of living.
So it's not just about surviving.
No.
Man.
Oh, did we go there?
Did I just go there?
We want to live. So that's living and exploring our existence, right? It's finding out who we truly are. And it isn't our job. It isn't waking up and doing our 9 to 5. That's not who we are.
You know what? I'm going to say this word, even though I hate when people say this. I'm going to piggyback off you.
No problem.
That's what the new reality is to me as well. It's being who I am and being able to share that with everybody else.
And not give a fuck.
And not care, really.
Right.
And
we were scared at first, right?
Absolutely. It took a lot for us to hurdle over that, But and so to show people who I am and be okay with who I am, and then to help people in the process, absolutely.
So yeah, remember all the fear and oh my God, if somebody thinks I'm doing paranormal, or if somebody thinks I'm a Reiki master, or if somebody thinks I'm a medium or psychic, I'm embarrassed, I'm scared. So when we bring that up, there's more often than not people are like,
very
wow,
accepting.
What is that about? I had a couple instances with a very big skeptic, wanted a reading. It didn't end up happening because of fear, because I'm not gonna we're not gonna bring up religion a whole lot here, but like there's a strong belief in a religious aspects that that this isn't a positive thing, and we all know, if you have any sense, it's all about good. It's not anything to do.
But if you remember back in the day, that would have destroyed you.
Right.
You know what I mean? But now it's like, it's supposed to happen.
Divine
If you don't,
timing.
divine.
Do I dare
Man,
say it?
how many times are we gonna say that in one damn episode?
Divine timing.
Stop it.
I can't help myself.
No, but I mean, that's why I like doing this. That's why I like doing our podcast. And speaking of doing podcasts, that kind of just popped up one day. I was like, hey, Sean, what do you think about doing podcasting? You looked at me, you're all, let's do it.
Yeah.
2 weeks later, we did our first podcast.
You know what I love about us is when we come up with an idea,
We just run it.
We just fucking do it, dude.
Man.
So, I mean, we did start the new reality way early, and it didn't do anything. But it was Crystal Sage, right?
It was called Crystal Sage,
Yeah.
and we had our little website, but that wasn't the direction we were supposed to
Yeah,
go.
yeah. It stalled out.
Because This is our route. This is where we started.
This is it.
You
I
know?
remember the. Do we dare go into our first investigations? We shall.
Man.
We shall. We shall. So your first investigation, you knew.
Oh, absolutely. As soon as I stepped into that place, Pasadena Playhouse.
We are going to be doing that. Just saying.
As soon as I stepped into that place, I knew this is where I was supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know, and everybody I was with was freaking awesome. The people from Para, they were great.
Right.
Taught us a lot of stuff. You know, and
Shout out.
And when I was done, or that investigation, I know we bring this up a lot, but it's very important because that's how we started. I called Sean and said, bro, you got to do this.
Yeah.
He said, absolutely. When do we do it next?
I knew. And you said, okay. I said,
put you down.
Are we going? Are we going? Should I say Evie Canyon? Yeah, we
That's
went to Evie
fine, say
Canyon.
it.
Evie Canyon. You know, we've told this story as well. Like prominent, very clear, and I was sensing things I didn't understand. I was like, wow, what
We
is
both
this?
did it. Native.
Yeah.
Very strong native elemental.
Dude, we walked in. It was like we were right and left.
Pink, pink, pink.
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah. What do you feel over here? Dude, I feel this, and this. It was. I think Para was looking at us going, you guys are out of your fucking mind. But then all of a sudden, as we progress, these guys are like, oh, these guys are legit.
Do I dare say we caught, or we even were to able pinpoint where some portholes were?
Portholes.
Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah, right. Like, remember, off to the left, right? We were
Yep.
going, and it was right there. Dude, this feels like there's a swirling
And then
energy.
here comes Steve. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a portal there.
Dude, so many stories. Yeah, so it was amazing. That was my first, and I was hooked. I was like, I feel something in front of my face when something ran up the hillside, and
It's
it was
so-
in my face.
The adrenaline rush from it, and it's not even really the adrenaline rush, but it's knowing what you know in your heart is happening.
Yeah,
You know,
like, there
you
was
can
no-
feel it.
So people go, why aren't you scared? Wouldn't you run off? No, because like what's coming from the heart is communicate.
Right.
Well, for us anyway, right? Like there's something there that is trying to get your attention. I think it was an angry native that thought we were there for about it. You know, people were going there all the time, but I think that it recognized me to be something different.
Doing this new reality thing with you, it's led us in so many different places in just a little time. I mean, Bill from Paranormal Pursuit, right?
Gotta give him shout outs, right?
He reached out to us on our Instagram, and that's pretty much our most prominent social media outlet anyway. And he's like, hey, what do you guys think about doing a YouTube with me?
we're like, wow, that was
Let's
our first
do
li-
it.
Our first live
Yeah.
podcast with a guy in Pennsylvania, and he's doing well for himself. I'm really happy for him.
And if you guys want to go check that out too, I don't know if we've actually sent anybody there, but if you go to YouTube and type in Paranormal Pursuit, you'll find him. His name is Bill, interviewing Sean and I. With the new reality.
And he's also interviewing some really well-known guys from Steve from Dead Files.
Dead Files, and he did the Psychic Kids.
He did the Psychic Kids. So he's doing really well for himself. Happy for him.
Absolutely. And
We're
then-
actually going to interview him soon.
Yeah,
right?
we're gonna have him on our show pretty soon, so stay tuned for that. That'll be our next season.
Yeah, right.
And Frankie from allthingsparanormal.la.
Shout out, right?
Again, reached out to us. He had his own radio show down in LA. I think he does still have his own radio show down in LA. And he's
Let's talk about
what
that.
do you guys think about coming on our show? Man, we were fucking stoked.
In Hollywood.
You remember that?
Yes, it was fucking. We still have big old smile on our faces, and we did that twice.
Absolutely. Well, he wanted us back.
Yeah.
Well, and then that's when he got his new co-host, Brett Griffith, who we're going to be investigating with soon.
Do we know who Brett is? Brett
do.
was from the old
Ghost Hunters. Oh man.
Nice. So that's pretty cool. Again, like celebs, you know.
Yeah,
it's kind of fun.
shout out to them.
Yeah.
Everybody head over to allthingsparanormal.la on Instagram. Give them a like, give them a follow. They're great guys.
Yeah. I mean, and also we met Katie Burr,
Katie
right?
Burr, who's freaking been on Ghost Lab and World's Largest Ghost Hunt.
Yeah, so we
which
went-
is a phenomenal show.
That was amazing. She's got involved with some really cool things.
Absolutely.
That was kind of neat when we did the Let's Talk About. Suicide Bridge.
Oh, Pasadena Suicide Bridge.
So that was the first time. Okay, we went out with Frankie, and he brought Katie. It was really strange because when I first met Katie, I instantly got a bunch of information about her. I looked at her and I said, I don't remember, what was it? I can't recall, but it was like she looked at me like, holy crap. And I gave her a reading.
You nailed a bunch of things.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I think I blew her away because I kept feeling like narcissist. I kept feeling she had run into some ugly things, and but she was okay. I knew she was going through some struggles. And again, when I go into that mode, I don't remember details, but I nailed a bunch of stuff, and I did feel like she was somebody that it was in the similar boat than we were as far as understanding. Very empathic.
For sure. And that place was crazy.
Right. Let's
crazy
talk about
active.
what happened.
Fucking
Holy
camera
crap.
got thrown off the damn table.
We caught that. I mean, we didn't catch it like we caught the camera was on the table. The camera
started to spin.
It moved slowly and then picked up speed and slowed down again on the table. Again, we're recording this. Nobody was touching it. And then all of a sudden, it stopped for 5 minutes and the thing shot off the table. As it shot off the table, it moved real quick and then it shut off. And when Nick turned the camera back on, everyone was excited because they saw it shoot off the table.
And the camera was on the floor.
It was on the ground in the dirt.
Fucking nuts. And then, not to mention the thing falling down the tree, whatever the hell that was.
Wow. So let's talk about that, right?
So we're all standing there bullshitting, and then you hear like an earthquake.
Right.
Really loud rumble, and then
right
right on the ground.
Like we're waiting for something to fall out of the tree, a body, because it was heavy, right?
Oh, that's what it sounded like. And we're all staring at this tree, and there's not a damn thing there.
What was it? 5 of us, right?
Yeah,
we're all looking
nothing
at
there.
Okay, nothing. So remember when we were doing the ghost box, and I had the sound canceling headphones on, and
yes,
and you guys saw a shadow in this corner. I don't even recall where it was. And I saw this on the recording, which just blew my mind. I said, I'm here. I'm in the corner.
And we're staring at the corner looking at the shadow.
Yes, it's in the corner, and there's a shadow. So
fucking nuts.
It was crazy.
There's all kinds of cool stuff there. It was very active. We also caught on my iPhone camera. Shout out to iPhone. No, I'm kidding.
iPhone.
We saw a white mass on the bridge.
Right.
Sitting down on one picture, and then standing up on the other picture.
Again, like, we saw things there. And then remember when we left, right? That's when the camera shot off. And Katie was like, that's when I felt like the protection left. Again, we bring a strong
Absolutely.
protection.
We're all about protection, all about shielding,
Right.
if you will.
And that place, when we went up and we smelled the cologne and perfume in that one area,
Yep.
which was
I
crazy.
forgot about that.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Like, how do you smell perfume and then smell cologne? It was 2 different smells. And again, of course, we're
Well, we're
investigators.
all looking for flowers
Yeah.
that would give off that smell, and there was nothing but nectarines there.
Yeah, and it was musty, right? Like a musk.
A musk. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So, yeah, that was another thing. There was so much going on. We've been there before when it was just you and I. And we
And
didn't
it
get
wasn't much, though.
Right,
but
but-
we need to go back again.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
Fuck.
Because now we know there's stuff going on, right? That place. Oh, what about the screaming woman?
Yeah, that's right.
Duh. Stupid. Like we heard it from up above. It was like this screeching scream. And
Do
we
you want
all
to try and do it?
No, my voice can't do that. Do you want to?
No, I don't. No, but we heard a scream, right?
Yeah.
And then it just kind of dissipated.
Dissipated. That again, I think that day was more prominent because we've been there 3 times, 4 times. That was by far the clearest. I think our first time was there when we were with Para.
Yeah.
Quite a few years back. And
that was a while ago.
That psychic medium said, I don't want to go up there because it didn't feel comfortable. Well, you and I
So
were.
we marched right the
we're
fuck
like,
up there.
okay, well, we'll see ya. And we walked by. With our little recorders and go, hey, if you want to talk to us, talk to us.
Hello.
Hello.
So, all crazy stuff, right? Pasadena Bridge was phenomenal.
Yeah, that was a great
What
place.
about All Saints Lunatic Asylum?
What?
What?
We went there twice, too, because it was amazing.
Oh, my God. You know, I'm just going to go out and say that the nursery room, phenomenal.
Wow.
All kinds of energy there.
All kinds.
And the fucking doll head.
Doll head, I'll never forget that. That, again, they had some little ceremonial thing in that room, and we felt it. You walk in that room, holy crap.
It's all over the place.
Yeah. Oh, that was a swirling energy there. And all of a sudden,
Bro, we're sitting down talking, and the fucking doll head starts to turn. Like, I know we've said this a lot, but that's fucking nuts.
Yeah, well, I think maybe we need to be clear because we did go on James's podcast, and he wasn't sure about what happened. These things are ran on servos, but they only go 90. Like, it only turns its head a small amount.
Well,
and the controls
has to be somebody there moving it.
And the controls were sitting against the wall, pointing the wall. No one had their hands on the control. And the owner said you would get like little twitching here and there.
Well, that's what servos do. They twitch because they stay on constantly.
Right, because it's power.
Right.
So they don't spin their fucking heads, man.
No, 180 degrees? Are you kidding me?
That does not happen.
And you can hear in the video the clicking, like it was being
forced. Yeah.
You like that?
How's it go?
And then
how's it go again?
No, that's it. One time.
It's like, and all of a sudden, and when it responded back, because we were at that point, we were like, well, look at us. You know, we were talking crap
looked
to
right
it.
at you. Hey, bitch.
Yeah.
And then you're all, well, look at Cody.
Yeah.
Hey, bitch.
And Nick was the best. Nick, the Nick part, it was like he kind of panned over a little bit. He's like, oh shit.
Oh no, he's like, oh no.
Oh no, and it twitched its head right towards him, and it was like gleaming. He couldn't have had a better shot of that.
Oh, dude, it was such a great investigation.
Right.
I would love to go back to that place. We should reach out and go back to that place.
We should.
Because honestly, dude, there's so much there. There's no way that we would have to go back a couple times.
Right. I would like to cover it again. We did the second time. I felt there was more energy on trying to give us a good, what was it, the escape room?
Right.
That the energy there didn't seem the same the first time.
The escape room was fun, though. You know, people who are local, go check out that escape room because it's fucking awesome.
It was a great time, and it won't be the same, you know what I mean?
No, because they constantly change it.
But it was an honor for them to allow us to actually do it. And we actually got through. We probably got a lot of help, but, you know.
That's okay. It's no problem.
Okay. But we had a really good time with those guys. They're great people. The owner, she's a great person. The whole family's great. You know, it was a pleasure being able to do their location.
Absolutely. We'll love to come back.
Yeah. Please invite us.
So, Sean, I know what holds my most prominent my most prominent ghost hunting experience or ghost experience. I have my own that holds true to me, and that's the Linda Vista Hospital. I've talked about that countless times.
Right.
Seeing a full body apparition, I mean, there's not a lot of stuff that can beat that.
I'm fucking jealous, man. I never get a chance to see.
You will. You will. But within the last 6 months, what do you think our most prominent catch was?
Most prominent. Like 6 months. I remember when we were at that one location where they had all the different buildings, and then the guy said they saw something come out of the wall next to me.
The Heritage Junction?
Yeah, that was a good thing. But the last 6 months, let me think.
For me, it's got to be the doll head.
Yeah, the doll head was very clear to me. And you know what really surprised me was the Suicide Bridge.
You know, that's a close second.
Falling down, we thought a body was falling into those trees. We did not see anything. And the scream the same night and the shadows, we kept seeing all kinds of stuff there.
I agree.
Which was really interesting. I think your dad's location was pretty good too.
You know, I think if I had to rate every investigation that we've done within the last 6 months, I think I'm going to rate Pasadena Pasadena Bridge as number one.
Right.
And
I would say it was.
I'll say All Saints Lunatic Asylum is number 2.
Right. I agree.
For sure.
Yeah, your dad's bit work is in there.
We need to go back.
We've got some really good personal experiences as well as some really good, again, orb activity, which is controlled. Like, remember the one where it came out of nowhere, popped up, and then it went into me, down my arm, turned around, and went back behind me.
Bro, or how about when we were downstairs and I was panning with the camera and we both saw the flash of light?
And we
what
both,
the hell was that?
We both responded to it. How about the same, like when you were on the other side, when we were on the other side of the building, we captured footsteps.
Yep.
Right.
Actually, we have those. I need to put that up. And it wasn't just footsteps; it was heels.
Yeah.
Heels behind me.
Click, click, click.
How? One more time.
Click, 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 click.
Got it. No, but that was nuts.
Right. And remember when the motion sensor light went off as
Yep.
well? It was way away from us. That went off.
Just random. Boop.
Then we also got the clear EVP there.
We need to go back to that place.
Yeah, we do. Remember when your dad's like, he was responding? What was that?
That was a fucking scary music.
Yeah, scary. Your dad was like, he was trying to respond back to what was said. He was like, dude, like when you said this, I heard this, and then you hear this, it was me.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and like it's clear as day, Class A EVP. It was me. This music is scary.
Do you want to run away?
I'm scared.
Do you want to run away?
I'm running.
No, but overall, it's been a crazy 6 months. It's still not even over. We're in the beginning of December, so we still have Calico to do.
Calico goes down, and
I mean, Calico goes down.
We're hitting the new year running, right?
Absolutely. No, we're gonna keep this up. I do want to talk about our new season a little bit. Our new season, Sean and I, we have a lot of things that we're kind of to plan out. But I think we both settled on the fact that we are going to do video podcasting. So we're still going to do our podcasts. They're still going to be recorded on Podbean and whatnot, but we're going to be doing for YouTube.
Yeah,
is what we want to do.
Yeah, we really want you guys to be able to see us because we clown around. We have a good time with this, and
well, in a non-gay way.
Yeah,
non-gay.
No gay.
We have very good chemistry together.
No gay.
So
yeah, we joke around, and we also look pretty good. So might as well.
I look good anyway. I don't know about that. Just kidding.
I know I do.
Kidding. No, but
you may have hurt my feelings. Not.
I think we're gonna come out with that new season probably mid-January. We're gonna get everything that we need situated and whatnot, but we're gonna have a lot more live episodes as well.
Right. Yeah.
We have a lot of interviews that we want to get out there, and it's gonna be. I'm excited to where the new reality is going.
I'm really excited to get some of these guests too. Some of these known people. It was kind of fun to work with all things. What was it?
It's okay. Which one are you talking
spooky, about? Everything spooky.
Oh, Pretty Effing Spooky?
Pretty Effing Spooky.
Yeah, she was great.
Yeah, she was fun. Also with Kat was that was another good live.
Kat was good, and we didn't have it on live, but even interviewing my cousin, that was great.
Well,
right?
yeah,
talking about her
possessions, that was good. We want to do more of that. We're gonna work on definitely trying to do live, maybe even having people show up at this location, but probably more with because a lot of people are all over the world.
Absolutely, but hey, no, there's a lot of things coming. Sean and I have been talking about making shirts. We're actually gonna look that up here after this.
Yeah,
we're gonna have shirts. We're gonna have our own business cards. And we're going to get this shit popping.
Holy shit. Like, we're going to have a home base. I'm going to be doing readings.
What?
And I'm going to be posting the new reality stuff. So if anybody is interested, it's all crazy. We're all growing.
It's all good stuff. Hey, before you guys just click out of this podcast, head over to thenewreality11.com. Check us out. It's wonderful. Go like us on Instagram. Go like us on Facebook. Go like us on Twitter.
Please? Have you not done that yet? Because I'm concerned if you
haven't.
Jesus
fucking Christ.
Really?
What have we been talking about?
I think we've continued to say this over and over and over again. Aren't you tired yet? Come on.
Just do it.
Everybody's doing it.
Hey,
don't be a leader, be a follower.
Everybody have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Oh, ditto. Like, we hope you guys the best. And hey, join us on the new year. We're going to have a great time.
Bye.
Bye.